The following is a presentation of RMG Sports, award-winning championship television.
The EQT Pittsburgh Three Rivers Regatta is known for thrilling hundreds of thousands of fans with sights, sounds, and family fun. 2013 is no different as Powerboat Superleague makes its annual trip to the Steel City to challenge the world's best drivers on the tricky Allegheny. Will Terry Rinker continue to dominate, or will another driver be champion in Pittsburgh? It's time to find out as Powerboat Superleague racing from Pittsburgh starts now. Race fans, it's Independence Day, and that means we're coming to you from downtown Pittsburgh, where Powerboat Superleague is ready to kick up the waters of the Allegheny River at the 2013 EQT Pittsburgh Three Rivers Regatta. Welcome to my hometown, everyone. Jared Roomsberg here. Mike Tilton will be joining us shortly on this gorgeous day in the Steel City. Fans, we welcome you to the EQT pre-race show. EQT, where energy meets innovation. Both of Powerboat Superleague series are racing today. Pittsburgh is the second race of the 2013 season. Race 1 was a few weeks ago in Knoxville, Tennessee, where we saw the pole sitter and three-time series champion 44 Sam LeBanco rock it out with the lead with 16 Carol Reno in tow. Reno tried to stay close, but she had to keep one eye on LeBanco and another on the 58 pilot boat of Jeff Cresciano. With just 3 laps to go, Cresciano tried to thread the needle and slammed into the second-place 16 boat of Reno. These two fought tooth and nail for the second-place slot, but Jeff Cresciano would take the position in turn 4. This allowed Sam LeBanco to extend his lead, and the Chicago, Illinois native took home the win in Powerboat Superleague's 2013 season opener in Knoxville. Here's Mike Tilton with our current F3 Series points leader. Mike.
Sam, coming into Pittsburgh, you're a multi-time Super League champion. Now you're coming in as the points leader in F3, but you've never won in Pittsburgh. What's it going to take?
Well, you know, the water's a little tricky here, and last time I raced here, I actually ended up upside down. So it's going to take me being very patient and careful and just get over that little, bug about this place. But, I love to be here. It's a cool race course, but it is challenging.
Well, a couple of 100,000 people are going to be rooting for you in just a few minutes.
Well, we'll try and we'll do our best.
Sam, Mike, thanks. The Formula 2s are back in Pittsburgh, and they also got their 2013 season rolling in Tennessee. Defending series champ Terry Rinker was not in the field, and that left the door open for a new winner, and Dalzell, South Carolina's Brent Dillard stepped right in. The 80 Dillard Financial Solutions boat earned the pole and blasted out with the lead in Knoxville. Rocketing up through the field was 27 Mark Profit. The Tennessee native started 7th and got by 34 Jeff Reno for 3rd a few laps in. Reno then had to deal with Rob DiNicolantonio in the Bubba Burger 33. Robbie D took the 4th place slot a lap later. In the waning laps, the battle for second was fierce as 27 Mark Profit had caught up to the 2nd place Amsoil 20 boat of Ashton Rinker. While these two duked it out, Brent Dillard built up a nice lead and won the Formula 2 feature in Knoxville. Ashton Rinker and Mark Profit took their fight to the wire, with Rinker taking 2nd by inches. Here's Mike with our Formula 2 Series points leader. Mike.
Brent, coming into Pittsburgh, you're the points leader. I know that's got to feel good. You've won here twice in Formula 3. What have you learned in that Formula 3 racing that you can bring to the F2 class?
Well, the Formula 3 is a lot different than the 120, and the Formula 3 I had down pretty good in the rough water, and with this Formula 2 boat here, I've been struggling a little bit with the rough water, but I think I got it figured out for this race, and I think we're going to do good.
Good luck, my friend.
Thank you.
Guys, thanks. Fans, don't move a muscle. We'll start our coverage of all the action here at the 2013 EQT Pittsburgh Three Rivers Regatta right after this.
This presentation of Powerboat Superleague racing at the 2013 EQT Pittsburgh Three Rivers Regatta is brought to you by EQT, where energy meets innovation. Rivers Casino, where it's all fun and games. One Main Financial, your needs, your goals, your dreams. Trib Total Media, get it right now. And by Wyndham Grand Pittsburgh Downtown, a sophisticated escape. This segment of Powerboat Superleague Racing is brought to you by Wyndham Grand Pittsburgh Downtown, a sophisticated escape.
Race fans, welcome back to Pittsburgh, where the EQT Three Rivers Regatta is in full swing. The fountain at the point has returned and has been providing some cooling relief on this hot Independence Day in Steeltown. Record crowds are expected as, once again, there's always so much to do at the regatta, and this year was no exception. Kids of all ages had a blast at the Colcom Kids Zone. They loved bouncing around and sliding down the inflatables at Point State Park. Kids always loved the face painting. There was so much family fun at this year's regatta. Everyone loved this. The marvelous mutts were on hand, wowing the crowd with amazing tricks. There were smiles galore as these dogs entertained thousands with their tricks on land, in the air, and in the water. A huge crowd gathered around and cheered their favorite mutt on as they chased frisbees, balls, and toys. What a great show! Didn't get to go to the beach this year? No problem. The Regatta and Colcom Foundation brought the beach to you. Regatta Beach lined Point State Park's Allegheny shoreline, and there were sand sculptures galore. And speaking of sand sculptures, check this out. Sensational was back. 150 tons of sand was transformed into a towering piece of art in Point State Park. This year, Sensational celebrated the pioneering spirit of America, which is fitting since Lewis and Clark started their journey right here in Pittsburgh. At night, the regatta visitors were amazed by the first of two fireworks shows. Zambelli Fireworks used the Wyndham Grand Pittsburgh Downtown as their canvas for the Wonder Falls of Light. Huge crowds packed Point State Park to see this incredible fireworks show. Fireworks showered from the side of the Wyndham Grand. What a fantastic sight. Now let's move from the skies above Point State Park to the waters of the Allegheny River for highlights of Powerboat Superleague's Formula 3 qualifying for the 2013 North American Championship. 58, Jeff Cresciano was the fastest in time trials and led the fleet off of the dock in the first heat race. 64, Toby Hood, and 52, Mike Cooper tried to stay on JK's hip as he blasted away. These two both sat out most of the 2012 season, but showed no signs of rust as they fought nose-to-nose for the second-place slot. Toby Hood is from McConnellstown, PA, and considers this his hometown race. The fans were delighted to see him grab the second-place spot. F3 Series points leader Sam LaBanco had a poor start and was struggling to work his way through the field. The Pilot 58 had no trouble working its way through the field, and Jeff Cresciano maneuvered through the lap boats and went on to win the first of two Formula 3 heat races in Pittsburgh. In the second heat, the inverted starting order put the Flex Seal 50 of Dan Bunting on the pole, but Sam LaBanco was looking for some payback after the first heat race, and he rocketed out with the lead. Mike Cooper in the 52 moved alongside of the three-time series champ and gave him some company as they flew through turns 3 and 4. LaBanco went wide and Hooper took the inside lane, only to see LaBanco fly up on his outside to fight for the lead. Hooper snapped black magic through the turns and moved ahead of the 44, putting LaBanco in second. Then Jeff Cresciano came along to challenge LaBanco. These two amazed the crowd with a side-by-side battle. Cresciano followed Hooper's example and shot through turn 2 and grabbed second from LaBanco. The Magic Man said abracadabra, disappeared with the lead, and Mike Cooper went on to win the second Formula 3 heat race. Now let's meet our top 3 starters for the Formula 3 North American Championship here in Pittsburgh. Starting third is the hometown favorite, McConnellstown, Pennsylvania's Toby Hood. He knows how special it would be to take home a win in Steeltown.
It just means a lot to me. This town, the people that put the event on are great, the fans are great, and I'm really excited. I didn't know what to expect coming here. I have about 4 laps on the boat.
In second, we find Mike Cooper. The Markham, Ontario native knows that making solid turns are keys to victory in Pittsburgh.
I was just waiting for Mr. LeBlanco there to come up on the right side, which he did. And good thing I had a little bit of space ahead of him to get around that corner first. And once I did that, I knew I could keep them behind me.
And starting on the pole is Jeff Cresciano. The Elk River, Minnesota native has a ton of respect for the driver starting next to him on the dock.
Oh, Hooper's always super tough. I watched the race last year, and You know, he totally dominated, although he didn't get off the dock right away. And, you know, so he's definitely the guy that I set the bar against right now, for sure.
Now here's the rest of the starting grid for the Formula 3 North American Championships here in Pittsburgh. Starting fourth is our current series points leader, Chicago, Illinois, Sam LeBanco. The Iron Maiden, Carol Reno from Okeechobee, Florida, starts fifth on the dock. Starting sixth on the dock is the Flex Seal 5.0, piloted by Columbus, Ohio's Dan Bunting. Powerboat Superleague Formula 3 rookie Jeff Vasco from Logan, Ohio, starts seventh. Longboat Key, Florida's Steve DeNicolantonio did not take part in qualifying, so he'll start eighth. And rookie Shane Miller had a rough first outing in the 14 boat. He'll start ninth. They're packing the bleachers at Point State Park. Fans, don't move a muscle. The F3 North American Championship starts in Pittsburgh right after this.
This segment of Powerboat Superleague Racing is brought to you by Trib Total Media. Get it right now.
Race fans, welcome back to Pittsburgh as the fleet gets lined up on the dock for the Formula 3 North American Championship. Bad news for our current points leader and three-time series champ Sam LeBanco. Broke a prop shaft during qualifying. He's going to have to sit out the main event, and man, is this going to shake up the Formula 3 Championship points, because Sam LeBanco had a 30-point lead over second place Jeff Cresciano, but he is going to plummet as he is going to have to ride out the North American Championship on the shore. Take a look at the starting lineup. Jeff Cresciano in the catbird seat. He's looking to pick up some serious points, but Mike Cooper, Toby Hood, Carol Reno will shift up one in the absence of Sam LeBanco, but we now go dockside where the fuel pumps are on, the canopies are closed, all eyes are now on the flagman as we wait for the drop of the flag, and there it is, the Formula 3 North American Championships are underway in Pittsburgh.
Oh, watch your outside, he's right there, you're all bunched up.
I can't tell, you'll have to use your judgment.
He's right on you, he's right on you. He's on your outside.
Side by side, battle for the lead.
There you go. Nail it, buddy, nail it.
Man, and did he ever nail it? Jeff Cresciano takes off with the lead. Mike Cooper only 2 boat lengths back. Toby Hood only 2 boat lengths back from him. At second place, Mike Cooper in the black 52 is trying to catch up to, and it looks like he is. He's starting to gain some ground. As you can see, he's got his eyes firmly trained on that 58 boat. But look at Toby Hood. Toby Hood, the hometown kid. He comes alongside of Mike Cooper. He tries to make it a side-by-side battle as they fly down the backstretch in front of the fans at Point State Park. They're loving this. They're seeing their hometown kid, Toby Hood, trying to catch up to Mike Cooper, but he slams the door and makes Toby Hood eat a lot of wake. That's going to slow him down. But Hood just rips the 64 out of the turn 4 buoy. But 52, Mike Cooper absolutely explodes. He's a man on a mission. Cooper's looking to improve from last year's finish. He finished second in the standings, but he had struck a buoy. And when you do that in Powerboat Superleague competition, that means an automatic one-lap deduction, moving the Magic Man from second all the way back to 7th. So he's looking to improve, but he's got his work cut out for him chasing this guy.
Good job. Let's get it going. Be careful, it's getting choppy down here.
You're about 10 ahead of Toby now, all clear, buddy. Just drive smooth.
Mike Cooper's spotter letting him know he's about 10 boat lengths ahead from third place Toby Hood, the McConnellstown, PA native, up near Altoona, about an hour and a half from Pittsburgh. Practices on Racetown Lake near Huntington, and he considers this to be his hometown race. And look at who's riding right on his 6.
Pick it up, go, pick it up, go. Rock and roll.
It's the Iron Maiden, Carol Reno from Okeechobee, Florida, with her husband Jeff as her spotter.
Concentrate on the water side if you got the back one by 10.
Jeff Reno, the 2009 Formula 2 winner in Pittsburgh. Carol Reno, the best finish she's had, 2010, where she finished second on the dock, earned a podium finish. She hasn't finished above 5th since.
You got him stretched back out. Go, go, go.
Carol's looking to improve on her 5th place finish last year, but she's got to watch that Flex Seal 50 coming up in her mirrors. This guy, he doesn't have to worry about anything in his mirrors. He's so far out in front. Jeff Cresciano, our pole sitter. This is JK's 2nd season racing in Super League.
Don't hold them off at 10. Every bit of 10 boat lengths.
Last year was his first time ever racing in Pittsburgh, and he earned an impressive 3rd place finish. Riding in 2nd, it's the Magic Man, Markham, Ontario's Mike Cooper, trying to stay there, watching his turns.
Straight away ahead of Toby, okay? Just drive smooth.
Cooper getting great advice from his spotter. Again, finished second last year, but he hit the buoy, cost him a lap, moved him from second all the way back to seventh. Does not want a repeat of that this year, but in order to stay up there, he's got to keep an eye on this guy, Toby Hood, continuing to move up, continuing to chip away at the distance between he and the Black Magic 52 of Mike Hooper. Toby Hood, the 2008 Rookie of the Year in the Formula 3 Series, but now we have a battle for fourth. Battle for fourth on the backstretch going into turn 3, now out of turn 4. Dan Bunting into Flex Seal 5-0, just gave Carol Reno a scare.
On your inside, he's on your inside. Go, go.
Jeff Reno urging Carol along as Dan Bunting continues to get bigger and bigger in her rearview mirrors. Bunting riding in fifth, one of the most improved drivers in the Formula 3 Series, and right behind him, his teammate, rookie Jeff Vasco, earning an impressive top 5 finish in race 1 of Powerboat Superleague in Knoxville. Dan Bunting had to withdraw from that race due to personal issues, and Jeff Vasco stepped into a boat he had never driven, the Flex Seal 50, and finished in the top 5. But look at this, Jeff Cresciano just got around Vasco, 7 laps in, and he's putting guys a lap down early as he's not looking back. We ride along with our leader gang as we step out to a break. Cresciano, Hooper, Hood, Carol Reno, and Dan Bunting here in top 5. We'll drop the checkers here in Pittsburgh when we come back right after this.
This segment of Powerboat Superleague Racing is brought to you by RMG Sports. Watch this and every RMG Sports production at rmgsports.net.
Race fans, welcome back to the 2013 Formula 3 North American Championships here at the EQT Pittsburgh Three Rivers Regatta.
You're clear, clear.
If you heard the sound of school bells in the background, you were not mistaken. Class is in session, and it's being held by this guy, our leader, Jeff Cresciano. Exploded from the starting dock, has been in the lead, putting boats a lap down, and now with only 6 laps to go here in Pittsburgh, a sizable lead over second place Mike Hooper in the Black 52. But Hooper is not giving up. He's staying right on Jeff Cresciano. You can see Cresciano leaving turn 2. Hooper now going into turn 1. He's not going to let up. He's not giving up. Anything can happen here on the Allegheny. An incredibly tricky river to race on. The rough water and crazy currents of the Allegheny are known the world over. Pittsburgh, one of the most challenging places to race, and Powerboat Superleague's drivers welcome this challenge this year as Mike Hooper now heads out of turn 4, trying desperately to catch up to that orange dot on the horizon, the Pilot 58 boat of Jeff Cresciano. Toby Hood from nearby McConnellstown, Pennsylvania, considers Pittsburgh his hometown race. The last time he raced in Pittsburgh was 2011 here at the Regatta, and he earned a 4th place finish, 1 notch away from a coveted spot here on the podium in Pittsburgh.
Just that boat in front of you. There's nobody behind you, just the one up in front of you there. See what he's going to do in this corner.
I told you, race fans, class is in session. Jeff Cresciano is the professor, and he is moving alongside. He's going to get by 3rd place Toby Hood. That's right, our leader just put all but one of the boats in the fleet a lap down. Absolute domination here in the Steel City by the Pilot 58 driver Jeff Cresciano from Elk River, Minnesota. While Cresciano is running a whale of a race, gang, I have to be honest with you, it is an accomplishment just being out on the water here in Pittsburgh. So much debris in the water of the Allegheny River due to all the rain in western Pennsylvania. Every boat out there has suffered some sort of damage, including this guy, Mike Hooper, riding in second. Our F3 Series points leader, Sam Labanco, was knocked out of the race before it even started. So we'll have to take a look at the points when we get done with this race. I'm afraid the 44 boat is going to drop out of the 1st place slot as we watch 2nd place Mike Hooper.
2 laps to go, Mikey.
We're not going to get him.
Reality setting in for the Magic Man, Mike Hooper. He just let his spotters know that he doesn't think he can catch up to Jeff Cresciano. I don't think he can either, because Jeff Cresciano just crossed the line. The white flag is in the air, 1 lap to go as we ride along with Carol Reno riding in 4th. Reno, a fan favorite here in Pittsburgh, the only female driver in the fleet this year. 16 boat giving us a great view of the skyline of the city of Pittsburgh as Carol Reno now moves into turn 1, but now coming out of turn 4. Here he comes one last time. One more run down the front stretch. The Pilot 58 boat has dominated this race. And Jeff Cresciano is going to cross the line and win the Formula 3 feature race here at the 2013 EQT Pittsburgh Three Rivers Regatta and earn the title of Formula 3 North American Champion. Race fans, don't move a muscle. The Formula 3 post-race show is coming up next. Race fans, welcome back to the 2013 EQT Pittsburgh Three Rivers Regatta, where we are getting ready to celebrate with our new Formula 3 North American champion, Jeff Cresciano, as he begins his victory lap here in Steeltown, thanking the mammoth crowd of race fans that always comes out to Powerboat Superleague Racing at the EQT Three Rivers Regatta. Fans, we now welcome you to the Rivers Casino post-race show. Rivers Casino, where it's all fun and games. Here's a look at the results of the Formula 3 North American Championship here in Pittsburgh. Mike Tilton is standing by with our third place finisher at the Rivers Casino Amphitheater. Mike.
Toby Hood, third place at the EQT Pittsburgh Three Rivers Regatta. You got to be happy. You sat out for a year making changes of the boat. It looks like you're heading the right direction.
Yeah, we did, Mike. We had to sit out last year. We had a lot going on, but made some changes. We have some more to make, though. We actually broke a couple parts on the boat tonight, so we'll go back and regroup for the next race.
Sounds great. Congratulations.
Thank you very much, Mike.
Carol Reno and Dan Bunting round out the top 5 finishers. Let's go back to the amphitheater at Rivers Casino, where Mike Tilton is standing by with our runner-up. Mike.
Mike, great run. You've been sitting out a few races because the new baby came and you had to shift your priorities, but you're picking up right where you left off.
Yeah, Mike, set out a couple races last year, getting ready for him to come to the world. And now we're back, and couldn't be happier sitting on the podium here in downtown Pittsburgh.
Congratulations, my friend.
Thank you very much, Mike.
As expected, Sam LeBanco does drop in his championship points. He moves from first to third. Now let's go back to Rivers Casino, where Mike Tilton standing by with our winner. Mike.
Jeff, I tell you, ups and downs all day long here at the EQT Pittsburgh Three Rivers Regatta. It's your first win on the Super League Tour. Things are looking good.
Yeah, we're really happy. Rookie of the year last year, third place here last year. So hopefully we can keep it together the rest of the season and keep the wins coming.
Well, it's a long way to go during the rest of the year, but if you got to pick one to win, Pittsburgh's the one.
Pittsburgh is my favorite. I mean, the boats are really good in rough water. But, you know, any day someone can win. You know, a lot of good racers were out there today. Top 3 were all good, and there's some people, 4, 5, 6, they could have won.
Well, I tell you what, I'm happy to say I can shake the hand of the brand new 2013 North American champion, Jeff Cresciano.
I really appreciate it. Thank you.
Another great show by the Formula 3 series, but we're only halfway done. Fans, we have the Formula 2 program and so much more from the 2013 EQT Pittsburgh Three Rivers Regatta coming up right after this.
This segment of Powerboat Super League Racing is brought to you by RMG Sports. Watch this and every RMG Sports production at rmgsports.net.
Race fans, welcome back to the 2013 EQT Pittsburgh Three Rivers Regatta. It's an absolutely gorgeous Independence Day in the Steel City, and record crowds continue to pour into Point State Park and throughout the Golden Triangle. They're here for Powerboat Super League Racing, as well as all of the other exciting family-friendly events that the regatta is known to bring to the Berg every year. One of the new acts at the regatta this year was the Wheel Mill Stunt Show. This Pittsburgh-based national touring BMX stunt show entertained thousands of awestruck onlookers throughout the regatta, showing off in front of their hometown crowd. These hometown daredevils defy gravity in front of huge crowds. And speaking of defying gravity, check these guys out. The ex-Pogo stunt team was on hand. They wowed thousands of onlookers along the shoreline of the Allegheny River in Point State Park with their amazing tricks and stunts, some choreographed, some freestyle, all of them amazing. This national group is touring the nation, showing off the emerging sport of extreme pogo. And everyone knows the regatta is going to bring in some great musical acts. Nearly a dozen different acts were on hand this year, headlined by Jefferson Starship. Started in 1974 by Jefferson Airplane founder and Rock and Roll Hall of Famer Paul Kantner, Jefferson Starship rocked the One Main Financial main stage with hits that include White Rabbit, Somebody to Love, and many more. Fans from throughout the region packed Point State Park to see Jefferson Starship, as well as one of the largest fireworks shows on the East Coast, the EQT Flashes of Freedom Fireworks Fantasia. Pittsburgh's 4th of July fireworks extravaganza lit up the skies over the Three Rivers. Government officials estimated a record crowd of over 700,000 people were on hand in Pittsburgh to see the Zambelli-produced fireworks show. So much free family fun, it's no wonder the EQT Pittsburgh Three Rivers Regatta is the largest spectator event in the tri-state area. But now let's bring the action from 1,000 feet above the city to right on the Allegheny River with Powerboat Superleague's running of the Formula 2 North American Championships here in Pittsburgh. 2 separate classes were running for the North American Championship. In the first group, the SST 200 group, it was the defending North American champion Terry Rinker in the Amsoil 10 right next to his son Rob Rinker in the Amsoil 30. Terry exploded off the dock with 34 Jeff Reno and 20 Ashton Rinker, Terry's other son, in tow, fighting hard for second. Reno won the battle but was trying to escape the battle behind him between the 2 Rinker boys, Rob Rinker in the yellow Amsoil 30 and Ashton Rinker in the white Amsoil 20. The 2 brothers fought tooth and nail for the 3rd place slot, but Rob Rinker grabbed the inside line and mashed the throttle, putting the Amsoil 30 into the 3rd place slot as they screamed down the backstretch. Meanwhile, their dad, Terry Rinker, assumed his familiar role as race leader, with Jeff Reno struggling in second, trying to get the Trib Total Media boat to catch up to the Amsoil 10. But no one had what it took to catch up to the champ, and Terry Rinker took home the win in the SST 200 Formula 2 North American Championship. Terry Rinker was on the pole for the SST 120 North American Championship, but when they blasted off the dock, it was Dalzell, South Carolina's Brent Dillard riding side by side with our champion, with Jeff Reno just a few feet back in 3rd. Rinker and Dillard wowed the crowd with their door-to-door battle, but Terry Rinker would take the position out of turn 4. Soon, Brent Dillard would have to contend with another Rinker. This time, it was Terry's son, Ashton, in the Amsoil 20, challenging our series points leader for the 2nd place slot. Dillard would hold on to the slot, but no one would catch up to Terry Rinker, as he went 2 for 2 in Pittsburgh, taking home both the SST 200 and SST 120 Formula 2 North American Championships. So with both qualifying and the Formula 2 North American Championships complete, let's meet the top 3 drivers for the Formula 2 feature race here at the EQT Pittsburgh Three Rivers Regatta. Starting 3rd is our series points leader, Brent Dillard. He knows he can't get too far from that Amsoil 10 boat.
Well, I'm hoping I can jump in front of Rob and get to Terry really quick and get on his hip and try to come out the turn side by side with him, see if I can chase him down to the first turn.
Starting 2nd is Tampa, Florida's Rob Rinker. He's excited to be starting right next to his legendary father in Pittsburgh.
Well, it's definitely a big thing to do, to be right next to Pops, because we all know he's the man on the water, and he puts the pressure on. So maybe this time I'll be able to put a little pressure on him on the backside and maybe get him in the turns. Who knows?
And starting on the pole is our defending race winner and series champion, Terry Rinker. He knows racing against Brent Dillard is going to be a challenge.
Yeah, no doubt. Brent has really done a lot of homework, and he's really getting good and comfortable in that boat again. So I got to keep him back there, and hopefully some of my Amsoil buddies, my Ashton son and Rob, can put a little pressure on him and take a little bit of it off of me.
Now here's the rest of the starting grid for the Formula 2 feature race here at the EQT Pittsburgh Three Rivers Regatta. Starting 4th is the pride of Okeechobee, Florida, 2009 winner in Pittsburgh, Jeff the Jet Reno. Starting 5th on the dock is our runner-up in Race 1 in Knoxville, Riverview, Florida's Ashton Rinker. Formula 2 rookie Tom Ludwig from St. Petersburg, Florida starts 6th on the dock. Stout, Ohio's Jerry Gwynn did not participate in qualifying and will start 7th on the dock. Starting 8th on the dock is Dana Toms from Lesage, West Virginia in the 66 Fast Apps boat. A huge record-breaking crowd has gathered on both sides of the Allegheny. The parade laps have begun. Fans, don't move. The Formula 2's race right after this.
This segment of Powerboat Superleague Racing is brought to you by TPG Marine, America's finest freight harborer.
Race fans, welcome back to the 2013 EQT Pittsburgh Three Rivers Regatta, where the anticipation has been building. Record-setting crowds packing both sides of the Allegheny here, getting ready for the Formula 2 feature race here in Pittsburgh. We take one more look at the points after our first race in Knoxville. Brent Dillard and Mark Proffitt tied for the lead, but we'll see how things shake out after we complete race 2 here in Pittsburgh. Here's your starting lineup for the Formula 2 feature race. Terry Rinker, the defending race winner here in Pittsburgh, starts on the pole with son Rob right next door, and right next to him, our current points leader, Brent Dillard. It has been 365 days of waiting, and it's all about to end. The fuel pumps are on, the canopy doors are closed. All eyes are on the flagman as we wait for the drop of the flag. The flag drops and we're underway in Pittsburgh.
Just you. Okay, Brent, keep your foot in it. All right, you got the traffic on your outside. All right, stay on Dillard's hip. Rob went way back on that one. Stay on Dillard's hip. Okay, no pressure. You got Reno on the outside. You got 5 back. Stay with Terry. Turn it, turn it, turn it, turn it.
Brent Dillard tries to move alongside of our leader, Terry Rinker. They try to go side by side for the lead. Side by side battle for third behind them as they rocket down the front stretch.
Get back outside. You got a one on you. Rob's inside of you. Rob's inside of you. Keep home. You're clear inside. Clear inside.
Terry Rinker picks up right where he left off at the end of the 2012 race as our leader here in Pittsburgh as we start lap 1 of this 30-lap main event. Rob Rinker now trying to move back alongside of Jeff Reno. Side-by-side battle for third here on the very first lap in Pittsburgh. Our 09 winner in Pittsburgh against the rookie Rob Rinker as Jeff Reno will hold on to the third place slot. And now we see Brent Dillard go a little bit wide out of turn 4. Jeff Reno trying to move alongside of him. He's got to worry about Rob Rinker. Rob Rinker has the inside line on Jeff Reno. Side-by-side battle for third continues as they rocket down the front stretch in front of the fans on the North Shore. Rob Rinker has the inside line as they fly into turn 1. Rinker makes a fantastic turn. Reno, not so much. He goes way wide out of turn 2. Now he has to play catch up with the rookie as Rob Rinker takes the third place slot. Wow, we are being treated to some fantastic racing by both veteran boat racers and the rookies here in Powerboat Superleague as we ride along with Rob Rinker. He's trying to catch up to that second place boat, 80, Brent Dillard. And everybody's trying to catch this guy. Terry Rinker won here in 2011, led every lap. Won here in 2012, led every lap. And here he goes, 2013, leading in this race. The world record holding boat racer Terry Rinker won every feature race that was run by Powerboat Superleague last year and took home the championship. And Jeff Reno had a bit of a scare there by Jerry Gwynn, who snuck up on the inside. Reno may be focusing a little too much on trying to catch up to Rob Rinker.
All right, he fell back there. Run your best line. You'll be okay.
Jeff Reno, the winner of the Formula 2 race here on the Allegheny in 2009, trying to keep that yellow AMSOIL 30 in his sights. And one guy who has that AMSOIL 30 in his rearview mirror is Brent Dillard. The Dalzell, South Carolina native is our current Formula 2 championship points leader, and he knows his way to victory lane here in Pittsburgh.
Picked up a little bit on us. He's about 12 back. Keep digging. He went to the outside, but you got to stay tight. He's trying to make a swing down here.
Dillard is a 2-time North American champion, winning twice here in Pittsburgh in the Formula 3 ranks. And this guy's been on top of the podium here in Pittsburgh in the Formula 3 ranks too. Winning last year was Rob Rinker.
That's better, Rob. I know it's a tough feeling. Just hang in there. Hang in right there.
Terry Rinker's spotter and crew chief James Chambers hopping on the radio there, trying to give young Rinker some advice as he bounces the AMSOIL 30 across the top of the waters here in the Allegheny. Rob Rinker has to keep his foot on the throttle because Jeff Reno is lurking back in fourth. Fourth has been the position du jour for Jeff Reno this year. He finished 4th in Knoxville overall. He's 4th in points, but he's looking to move up. He wants to get back on the podium here in Pittsburgh. He's got to watch out for this guy. Jerry Gwynn from Stout, Ohio, gave the Jet a little bit of a scare a few laps ago, coming up on the inside of him. And now he's riding back in 5th. You just never know what might happen on these tricky waters of the Allegheny. The waters of the Allegheny also riddled with debris due to heavy rains upriver, washing so much debris into the water, causing damage to nearly every boat on the water, including this guy. Doesn't seem to bother him at all. Terry Rinker continues to lead as he slingshots out of turn 4, back on the throttle under the Fort Duquesne Bridge, and back down the front stretch. Terry Rinker running a limited schedule this year, did not race in race 1 in Knoxville. choosing to focus more on helping his sons Ashton and Rob Rinker with their programs, but he just couldn't resist getting on top of the podium one more time here in the Steel City as our leader, Terry Rinker, moves around the lap boat of Tom Ludwig. Rookie in Powerboat Super League wisely slows down, allows the leader to go by. Terry Rinker is doing what he does best, and that's dominate boat races. But this young man, Brent Dillard, dominated race 1 in Knoxville just a few weeks ago, taking a page or two from Terry Rinker's playbook.
Come on, you got to keep your foot in it when you go through them.
Dillard's team continuing to urge him on, telling him to keep his foot in it. He's going to have to catch up to Rinker and to stay away from the other Rinkers. We see Rob Rinker bounce the Amsoil 30 down the front stretch, riding in third, trying to catch up to Dillard.
Looks like you gained a little bit on Dillard there.
His spotters are keeping track of where he is on the track, watching his distance between him and the 80 boat of Brent Dillard. A lot of distance between everybody and this guy, Terry Rinker, leading as usual here in Pittsburgh, and we're going to ride along with him as we step out to a break. Fans, don't go anywhere. We'll drop the checkered on the Formula 2 feature race here in Pittsburgh after this.
This segment of Powerboat Super League Racing is brought to you by One Main Financial. Your needs, your goals, your dreams.
Race fans, welcome back to the Formula 2 feature race here at the EQT Pittsburgh Three Rivers Regatta, where we see our leader, and the same leader we've had since 2011, Terry Rinker up front. That's right, gang. He led every lap of the 2011 race. He led every lap of the 2012 race, and here he is in 2013, our leader in a Formula 2 feature race with only 8 laps to go. Rinker also won here in Pittsburgh in 2005 in the Champ class, and he brought the knowledge from that class to the Formula 2 class, and man, has it paid off. He has been up front and way up front. Guy trying to catch up to him, Brent Dillard, our current points leader in Formula 2 racing, and he's coming off of his first Formula 2 career victory just a few weeks ago in Knoxville, Tennessee.
Good turn, good turn.
Man, he has got to be looking in his mirror and be aware of what's going on behind him. Rob Rinker is driving like a man possessed in third, trying to get the Amsoil 30 to catch up to that Dillard Financial Services 80 boat, and look at him back to, whoa, almost blowing that boat over. Rob Rinker doing everything he can to try to catch up to Brent Dillard, including flying that boat across the top of the water. You can see now, gang, he's within 5 boat lengths as Dillard has got to hit those turns perfectly. Now Rinker has to deal with a little bit of lap traffic with Tom Ludwig. Ludwig smartly moves out of the way, allowing Rinker to go by on the inside. Rob Rinker working hard, trying to catch up and throw a lasso around Dillard's boat.
Keep pushing, that's okay, keep pushing, come on. Again, be smooth in the tar. There you go, got to run on him now. He's fighting just as much as you are.
Two of the young guns in Powerboat Super League Racing putting on a show for both sides of the Allegheny. Look at, well, Dillard lifts the boat up out of the water, and that's going to slow him down. Here comes Rinker on the outside.
Don't be careful, settle the boat. Easy.
Side by side battle for second out of turn 4.
Come on, he's out there wide. Keep going, same thing at this other end. Get him.
Side by side battle as they come down the front stretch. And oh, look at Rinker lifting the boat out of the water. That propeller was at least a foot out of the water as they fly into turn 1.
Terry, you gotta go. You're gaining too fast. Stay in tight. Come on hard now. Come on, come on, come on, come on.
Terry Rinker being told to keep his foot in it because there is a street fight going on behind him as Brent Dillard and Rob Rinker are fighting for second place. And look at Rinker continue to bounce that Amsoil 30 on top of the water, above the top of the waters here in the Allegheny. Brent Dillard is on his horse trying to get away from this madman on the water that is Rob Rinker and the Amsoil 30 lurking in third. It looked like Rob Rinker had some trouble in turn 4, and now Dillard trying to put some distance between himself and the Amsoil 30. He has to run this race course perfectly because Rob Rinker's back there. Whoa, Rinker had some more trouble back in turn 2, almost barrel rolled it. Brent Dillard running a nice, smooth, even line, trying to keep things together with 4 laps to go here in Pittsburgh. Again, race fans, Brent Dillard, recognized by boat racing fans in Pittsburgh. He won here twice in the Formula 3 ranks, so he knows how rough and unforgiving these waters of the Allegheny can be.
Okay, he's outside, in 12 fast. Go inside of Ashton, inside of Ashton.
Good to see the Amsoil 20 boat of Ashton Rinker on the water. His boat was damaged in qualifying, and he missed the start of the race, but he's back out there getting some laps.
Hey, you're pulling on him. All right, there you go, there you go.
Ashton moved to the outside to let Dillard and his brother Rob Rinker get by on the inside. Whoa, look at Rinker! Oh my! Rob Rinker almost blows that boat over as he moves to the outside of Jeff Reno.
Rob, be careful. Oh, you almost went on the dash. Keep pushing.
Spotters for both Rinker and Dillard wondering how this young man from Tampa, Florida has been so lucky on top of the Allegheny. Look at him continue to bounce the Amsoil 30 across the top of the water. Rob Rinker in third, trying everything in the book to catch up to the second place boat of Brent Dillard. The Allegheny River, known with its current, its winds, and rough water to be an unforgiving race course, but it, for some reason, just loves this Lee Craft hull of the Amsoil 30 driven by Rob Rinker skipping across the top of the water. Gang, I have never seen a boat travel like this on the Allegheny and not wind up upside down at some point. Terry Rinker crosses the line to get the white flag. All of this action so far behind him. Brent Dillard starting to pick up a little bit of time on him, but he's only got one more set of turns as Terry Rinker takes the Amsoil 10 into turn 3 one more time. Race fans, for the past 3 years, there has only been one leader of the Formula 2 feature race here in Pittsburgh, and it's been this guy coming out of turn 4. Terry Rinker is going to win in Pittsburgh.
Yes, just crossed the finish line. Your race is over. Congratulations. All right, thank you, guys. Good call. We've had a good runner. I'm up there to get it.
A three-peat for Team Amsoil, a clean sweep for Terry Rinker as he wins both North American Championships and the Formula 2 feature race here in Pittsburgh. Fans, don't go anywhere. The Formula 2 post-race show from Rivers Casino is coming up right after this.
This presentation of Powerboat Superleague Racing at the 2013 EQT Pittsburgh Three Rivers Regatta was brought to you by EQT, where energy meets innovation. Rivers Casino, where it's all fun and games. One Main Financial, your needs, your goals, your dreams. Trib Total Media, get it right now. And by Wyndham Grand Pittsburgh Downtown, a sophisticated escape.
Race fans, welcome back to Pittsburgh as our Formula 2 winner here at the EQT Pittsburgh Three Rivers Regatta. Terry Rinker goes for his victory lap, saluting the fans here in Pittsburgh. Welcome to the RMG Sports post-race show. Watch this race and every RMG Sports production at rmgsports.net. Mike Tilton is standing by at the Rivers Casino Amphitheater with our third place finisher, Mike.
Rob, third place here in Pittsburgh. Start wasn't real good for you, but once you got rolling, you were rolling.
Yeah, unfortunately the motor did stumble a little bit off the start, and you know, it's hard to come back from that usually. You know, it's all about that hole shot, and you'll get covered up. Once you go into that spray, it's hard to see. So fortunately, I kind of went inside and stayed a little low and slow and played it safe. And you know, a lot of times with this kind of water conditions, people start skipping out and out and out, and you can kind of just stay your line real low. And fortunately, that worked for me.
Well, I'll tell you what, you had a great battle with Brent Dillard for a few laps there. What was it like from your position behind that wheel?
Well, I couldn't get enough more foot throttle out of the boat. I was pushing it as hard as I could, and I knew Dillard, I could see him. The good part about being behind him, I could see when he hit the bad rollers, and I could prepare for it, which helped a little bit. I got up to him once, and unfortunately, he turns the boat a little bit better than I do, you know, and I'm going to have to go home and work on that, but I think we'll be back and we'll get the Amsoil boat on top again.
Great job.
Thank you.
Jeff Reno and Dana Toms round out the top 5. Now Mike is standing by at the Rivers Casino Amphitheater with our runner-up, Mike.
Brent, great job this weekend. You had a win in Knoxville a month ago. Coming into Pittsburgh, you were the points leader. You come out of here in the second spot. You and Rob Rinker put on a whale of a show for the crowd. Tell us about that run.
Well, we came here to get some points, and that's what we did. But yeah, I tried to keep up with Terry for a couple laps, and after about 3 or 4 laps, I saw I wasn't going to catch him. So I started taking it easy a little bit because the water was just killing me. And then out of nowhere, here comes his son. Out of anybody, his son had to be Rob, and he was just screaming behind me. And right when I saw him, I put my foot back in it and just almost just closed my eyes and went down the straightaway because I knew it was going to be a ride.
Congratulations on the runner-up here in Pittsburgh.
Thank you very much.
His second place finish helps Brent Dillard hold on to the lead into Formula 2 points. Now let's go to the amphitheater at Rivers Casino one more time, where Mike Tilton is standing by with our winner in Pittsburgh. Mike.
Terry Rinker won every heat race, won the final. Tell us a little bit about your great day.
I tell you what, a flawless day for the AMSOIL team. I mean, everything was clicking. We had the full team here, both my sons and myself, and the team just did a great job keeping us on the water and doing all the things behind the scenes that keep us out there running fast. Can't say enough about them and enough about our great AMSOIL sponsorship and enough about the Pittsburgh people. I mean, it's just great to come and run in a crowd of people watching you that's unmatched anywhere at any other race we go to.
Congratulations, Terry.
All right, thanks a lot, Mike.
Race fans, another fantastic Three Rivers Regatta is in the books. Record crowds came to the Steel City and Point State Park to enjoy all the sights and sounds of the regatta, and they were not disappointed. Congratulations to Jeff Cresciano, our winner in the Formula 3 feature, and to Terry Rinker, our now three-time winner in a Formula 2 race. On behalf of Mike Tilton and the entire RMG Sports crew, I'm Jared Romsberg. Until 2014 Pittsburgh, we'll see you on the water.